Hi Libra, this is your June 2020 tarot forecast. So this is for Libra Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs. All right, Libra, so what is up for June for you? Obviously these are up a little late. I needed a major break and I didn't realize it. So forgive me for getting these up late, but all the same, I'm back refreshed. And that's it. So let's just get into it. All right, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do you need to know for June 2020? Messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Libra, Libra, Libra. All right, so we have the Two of Swords jumping out. This is interesting because the twos indicate a choice. And this is about how you think or what you're thinking about. It could be a decision you need to make, maybe a conversation. Clarity may be necessary. You could need clarity to come to terms with something in order to maybe speak your truth. Maybe you're sitting on something that you're uncomfortable saying. We'll get into it. It might show up in your reading as well, guys. So let's get your Celtic cross out for you. And I do want to mention that I'm going to be qualifying at least one card for extra messages today, but I won't be using a second deck on top of the Celtic cross. It was a little chaotic for me to do that in a small amount of time because I try to keep these relatively short. So I hope that you don't mind me doing that, and thank you for your patience while I experimented with it. But certainly I can do it for personal readings. If you like me layering another tarot deck on top of the main spread for extra messages, I'm certainly happy to do that for private readings, guys. But in the interest of time, I'm going to try to keep these a little bit more simple, just because I'm using a lot of information here. You guys have a lot of majors I want to point out. And how many pages? You have the one page, one night, a 4, a 6, and a 10. 2 10s, my bad. You do have 2 10s. I just want to double check that it doesn't seem to indicate anything except for a cycle ending, right? So the 10 here and the 10 here is just really going to speak to a turnover. You know, you've completed a cycle and it's time to level up. But as I was saying, you do have several major arcanas here, and I want to mention them before getting into the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck energy you see is the Hermit, and this is sort of the basket that everything's sitting in here for you, these messages. But 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 major arcanas. And you did see that Two of Swords jumping out there. So I do, and you know, with the World here right in the middle of your reading, and then, you know, Judgment, a second chance at something, you know, tectonic changes are probably going to be a major or significant avenue for you in June, guys. So you have tectonic changes, and then you have a major decision to make here. And then, as you saw with that Two of Swords jumping out. So I would say that, you know, a great deal of what you're being called to do, or maybe what's on your mind, has to do with making a major decision. Now, this is a general reading, so I don't know what that decision has to concern itself with. That's up to you. And tarot readings aren't set in stone. This is just an idea of what you can expect to play out for you if changes aren't made, or if you go in the direction you're going. This is what I assume you can expect. But it's not set in stone. You can change your mind, but this looks to be what is in front of you, what you could be dealing with. Here with the Hermit, so we have some Virgo energy here, Libra. You could have Virgo in your own chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You could have some Virgo. But we're looking at service and health and work, okay? And you're looking also in terms of medication and your own inner wisdom. If I said medication, I didn't mean to, I meant meditation. It would be really wise right now to go within to look for answers, I would suggest. We're also dealing with 9, so we're dealing with some Sagittarius energy, the 9th house, so this is philosophy. But also 9 in esoterically speaking, is really about, you know, your own human potential, leveling up. This is... wow, I can't think of the word. Sorry, guys. it's like the guru. It's like the ultimate philosopher. It's like Jesus energy. It's ascension energy. Wow, where's my head? Sorry. So it's ascension energy. There's a lot of good stuff energy-wise in this card. And you'll notice a lot of keys up there. So you get a choice. You get to choose what to do. It's all up to you. But you have to figure it out for yourself. And it does belong in the mind right now. Here is the situation, and here is what's crossing it. So yeah, tectonic changes. You got to move away from something 100% here, guys, whether this is an idea, a lifestyle, a person, a job, a career, an ideology, a spiritual path. Either you got to level up, or you got to just let something go altogether, or get to the next level, because, you know, we do have some Saturnic energy here, right? The world is, in the Tarot, is ruled by Saturn, which is restrictions and limitations and leveling up. And here's a major decision, Gemini. So we have maybe in terms of, you know, Gemini ruled lovers, and then Saturn ruled world. This could have to do with how you communicate or what you communicate about. Certainly Gemini and Saturn, it would just be about feeling restricted, perhaps about what you're saying or what you want to say. And again, let's not dismiss that Two of Swords jumping out there, because that could play a major, that could be sort of the undercurrent. It could just be the issue of, you know, one thing or the other here. We don't see the Seven of Cups. We don't even see the Seven of Swords. We don't see any fives, which would indicate conflict and chaos. So I do suggest here this is something that's happening strictly within your own mind and possibly your own heart. Here at the foundation is the Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, right? So, you know, this is a message that's available to you. Remember, what's crowning it is rest and recovery. So you could just need to take a step back. The Hermit here does indicate that. As I said, there's a meditation period that's asked for here or required. And taking a step back mentally could very well help you through this situation, especially a big major change in the month of June, Libra. But the Knight of Swords has a lot of information, okay? And this person is really just going to be like here and gone. You could be dealing with a Gemini individual. There's lots of Gemini energy here, in fact. And also this is indicating a third house energy, and this is communication. It's short distance travel. This could even be brothers and sisters, and you know, indicate your brothers and sisters in terms of Gemini ruled third house. But ultimately we're looking at air energy, and we're looking at communication, okay? So what you're communicating about, and, you know, leveling up the next phase for you. And it could feel very natural. It could even feel like it's not a big decision, but nonetheless, information that you need to be aware of, that you need some rest and recovery about, very possibly. We'll get to that more in just a moment. It's just interesting to see Two Swords here, sort of crowning, and then at the foundation, right? So this is still a mental, you know, this concern or this decision here is still very much in the mental plane. I think you are coming at it from a full heart situation, right? 10 of Cups here in your recent past. This is really feeling like you really can help everyone. You really feel helped by everyone. You're feeling the love. But, you know, remember with the 10, we'll see another one over here. This is just, this is a cycle, right? So you've gotten up to this cycle, you've gotten everything you wanted and needed, and now it's time to start afresh, to start anew. And of course, that's the Ace of Cups. So, you know, filling your own cup could be a big part of this as well. Maybe you feel emboldened and empowered by others, and they're emboldened and empowered by you. But there's still something within you here. Now remember, Virgo is also a mutable sign. Okay, Virgo and Gemini actually share the planet Mercury, guys, even though I know one's air and one's earth. But it is interesting to see mutable energy, right? And then we have, you know, some fourth house energy here. So there's a lot of moving parts here. There's a lot of communication, a lot of information going on here. So I think you just need to figure it out for yourself, whether that's, oh, my mic. I'm so sorry. It was drooping. What's going on here? Nope, that didn't work either. Bear with me, guys. I just realized my mic was nowhere near my mouth. You may even feel kind of like you need to rest and recover from the boatload of information. It might even feel like overwhelming, but I think it is about love, or it has to do with love, or it has to do about, you know, fulfilling a loving concern, or it has to do with love and filling your cup and just, you know, sharing the love. Here in your crowning position, as I mentioned a few moments ago with the Four of Swords, the Four is really all fours, no matter what suit, is really just looking at a sense of stability, okay, a foundational stability. So, you know, come to terms here. This is a rest and recovery is the Four of Swords. I mean, it just could be, you know, coming to terms with a rush of information, being fair and balanced here in your near future is a major component. And this is a practical energy, seeing as it's a pentacle element. So, you know, the practical, and it's really nice to bookend this major decision for you as well. You know, between, you know, bookending here in alignment with the Ten of Cups, you know, you're interested in fairness. No surprise, right, Libra? But you're interested in fairness in a very practical way. So this seems to be an effort of yours that you seem to be working toward. In the position where how people see you is the Ten of Wands. And this just looks like, you're really overwhelmed. This is a burdensome energy, right? And it really doesn't matter what tarot deck you're using, who the author is. The Ten of Wands is really going to speak to, like, the end is near, you're almost there, but man, is this load heavy. So this is really kind of, you can get through it. But again, it's your second 10. And remember, with 10s, the whole point is the cycle. So what we want to see here in the 10 of Cups with you moving forward is, you know, we want to start the cycle again with the Ace of Cups. What's in your cup? What do you have to offer? What's in your heart? And, you know, to the same degree, with the turnover here being the Ace of Wands, right? And, okay, you go from the 10 back to the 1, the Ace of Wands. So it'd be something, you need something new here, right? How people see you. You need a new direction. And maybe this is the contemplation and the decision you need to make here in June, because something has expired. Something's just over. Like, you need to level up. You need to get to the next stage. So an Ace of Wands would be valuable right after this energy. And this is a new person. It's a new spark of interest. It could be a new job. It could be a new love interest. Again, I don't know. This is a general reading. So obviously use these messages to what's going on specifically for you. But in terms of how others are seeing you, you look like you're on the edge of collapse to other people. You just look overwhelmed, and you definitely need a break. If you find that this is overwhelming in a sense where even your friends and family are overwhelmed with you feeling burdened, I would reach out for professional help at this time as well. There's no shame in that. Definitely turn, because a lot of people are really going through it right now, Libra. A lot of people, even our friends and family who we can normally turn to because of world events recently. I mean, some people just aren't at their maximum, right? So, you know, don't be afraid to reach out to a professional at this time, or get professional help, or even seek professional advice. And that includes yourself. Go within, close the door, take some private time. You very likely have the answers for yourself. But if you need to talk it out, you know, go do that in a practical, fair way for yourself. So in the position here, how you see yourself is the Page of Swords. So remember, we saw the Knight over here with those a message. The Page is really about news, right? This is about something's deceptive, something's incomplete. So information and communication is extremely important right now, and coming to grips with something, even getting the facts, could be very, very important for you. I would be aware that you're not being led astray here. You could just feel overwhelmed with information, and you may need to do some sleuthing. This is considered a sleuth or a spy card, frankly. Not in the same sense as the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is like tricky, and I wouldn't consider the Seven of Swords a spy. I would consider the Page of Swords to be a little bit spy, but not sneaky. So this is just, you could just need more information or more sources, or just make sure that you're not being deceived, or you're not deceiving someone else informationally or communication wise. Here in your hopes and fears, right? So you have some 4th house energy, Cancer ruled Queen of Cups here. So this is your home, this is your intuition, your family, your mother or being a mother, nurturing, right? Your psychic energy. But ultimately this is really warm. This is extremely nurturing energy. And this is where you want to be. This is how you want to heal. This is what you want to do in terms of work and service. Work and service is extremely important in the month of June for you. And again, we're dealing with more cups energy. So lots of love, lots of feel good energy. And remember, and these are sort of in somewhat polarities, right? And they are, anyway, elementally speaking. Water and air are elementally opposites. So it is interesting how your heart is so full and confident, and your mind is, you know, a little bit juxtapositioned or unsure. Again, with that Two of Swords jumping out at the beginning for you, indicating that you need to take the blinders off and see something for what it really is. So you have a chance to do that here in your advice, right? So this is Judgment. This is card 20. Very interesting that you have very much later cards in your reading regarding the major arcana for you, 20 and 21. So right at the beginning and then right at the end. So you need to come to terms with something here, guys, something that has, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say has come around again for you, but certainly if the issue itself hasn't come around again, the way that you manage, say, your emotional world or facts and information or data and how you feel about it could be coming around again. So, and remember, you have, you know, this 10, a cycle is ending. So I think it's going to be an exciting month for you. I think especially if you are able to help yourself through something here, guys. And again, reach out if you need help. Obviously, I would say that to literally anyone. I don't care your sign. But don't forget that you're a specialist at your own self, right? So, you know, seek inside for answers, look inside for assistance. But yeah, if you're struggling, just reach out to an expert. Let's get some more information on one other card here, at least, guys, before I pull some oracles for you. Let's see what the information is. Let's see more about the page, just because this is a little bit of an enigmatic energy here with the Page of Swords for me. So let's just see, you know, in terms of how you see yourself, let's qualify that. Why is Page of Swords and how Libra sees themselves? Qualify the Page of Swords and how Libra sees himself. Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords and how Libra sees themselves? It may just be a sticky situation and you don't know how to communicate something. But again, I find that weird, Libra. That's weird for you. Wow. Okay, so your fifth major arcana. So you have the Death card here. Yeah, you need to... This new information or coming to terms with something or recognizing something that's deceptive or something isn't deceptive. Making up your own mind here is going to cause fundamental shifts, guys. Anyway, big changes. I'm running out of time. I'm so sorry, but I didn't expect to see a major here qualifying that. But incredible nonetheless. So tectonic changes, big deal here, guys. Big changes, and no one can do it for you, which is kind of a blessing and a curse, right? You kind of have to figure that part out for yourself. But major transformation around information, around the way you communicate, and around data and evidence. So I would keep sleuthing and you're going to find something out. I want to mention here as well that the Death card is ruled by Scorpio, which is also 8th house. And it is the card of the Phoenix, coming back from life after death. And transformational change, like tectonic change. Very interesting to see these energies here together. And 8th house is shared possessions. So, I mean, if this is a romance or a relationship reading for you, it could just be about, oh my God, you have so much to consider, right? There could even be a child. We're dealing with a page. You could be dealing with a child or an air sign that's younger than you. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. All right, very nice. So we have your oracles for you. So we have answered prayer coming out. Oops. Answered prayer coming out for you, which is really nice. This is nice to see because it really is obvious here to me that your heart is in the right place. So continue having conversations, even if they seem difficult or you need to suss out more information. It's going to help put something to rest permanently here for you, which will help transform the way you come to terms with something. You get a very, very different perspective, not in the same way the Hangman, but a different perspective in how you are going to, say, deal with something this time around. Here with flexible, right, it's really nice, and she's on the egg there, so something is coming to fruition. But yeah, you can be flexible, like a willow tree. You can bend to circumstances. I think maybe this is even part of this for you. You know, you don't have to break under pressure. You don't have to give everything up. Balance is key for you, so stay flexible, go this way and that way, especially if you are in process this month of making up your own mind. You're allowed to do that. You don't have, I mean, unless you have to sign a contract or you're under some deadline here, Libra, like you're allowed to take your time and get all the information you need. So very interesting. Out of the medicine card deck, we have two birds. As you can see, we have the owl and the hummingbird. These are two different worlds. However, we do have joy. So this is really important. My favorite card of the deck. Hummingbird is my favorite card. So this is just joy, right? Really feeling joy. And again, you can see that this is a big major component for you with the 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups over here. Really nice energy in your heart space. But then we do have deception over here. And again, I'm going to suggest that this is how you see yourself, or how, if you're being deceived or information is missing, and just really needing to come to terms with something. There could even be a shadow self situation here for you, where you're unable to come to terms with a shadow self, or you're getting to a more profound sense of your shadow or your dark self, or just seeing something dark about information or communication here. I do want to mention, though, it is a little bit of a misnomer that the owl is considered the card of deception. This is the Witch's card, guys, and this is extreme wisdom, which can be associated here also with the Hermit. So yeah, look inside, trust your instincts, but also there is a caveat with the owl, and that is what you can see through you. So just beware here if you are a magician, either black or white, doesn't matter. That whatever, you know, there's a threefold situation here, so whatever you're expressing is going to be returned to you threefold. This is the card of the Magician and the Wizard. So be careful what you're doing with your mind right now. Use it to the highest extent and highest value, which is love. And I think that's what you're really trying to focus on. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So this is, again, a really big part of it. So whether it's your feelings or information itself, communication and discussion is a major component for you, Libra. Wow. So lots going on. You know, really go within. Don't be shy about meditating or looking within, and being philosophical about something. If you can't, you know, nail something down right now, there's no harm in being philosophical about something and looking at all avenues and all areas. And, you know, you have a moment at the end of the month here to make a decision around something that could really shift things in a major way for you. So Libra, I hope you enjoyed that. I love reading for you. I'll see you in the next video for your sign. Bye for now.